Hello YouTube, this is a review of the K-Bar Mule. It is a great knife. I've had it for some time. I've used it a lot, and I feel that I can give some pretty good information about it from my personal experience. It's a very large knife. I don't know if you can tell that from the video, but I have pretty big hands, and it sits pretty large. It's got a long blade. It's about 4¼ inches long, which is pretty big on a folder. There are bigger folders out there, but this is pretty big. You're not going to get away with carrying something much larger than this without people noticing. It is a very bulky knife. You can definitely tell you have it in your pocket. I have used this knife a lot. I love it. It's great. You can really use it on some bigger stuff. I've batoned with it. I use it to cut open boxes, cardboard. It's a great knife for whittling if that's what you enjoy doing, which I do when I go camping. I don't really just sit around whittling most of the time. It's a lockback, which is great. It locks up very nicely. It's got no play in the blade at all. The handles are either G10 or micarta, and there are other models of this knife that have a different handle. It's like a slightly rounder. I don't know what it's made out of, but that actually looks like it'd be a little more comfortable. This is kind of, they got sharp edges. It's not super comfortable in hand, but you do get used to it. And it's got dual thumb studs, so if you're a lefty, that's fine. And also, you can switch sides for the pocket clip, which I no longer have the pocket clip because it snapped off. It got caught on something, and I didn't notice. And I just kept walking, and it just snapped right off. But it took several years before it did that. This is a knife I've had for a while, and I really do love it. It's great. It was like $50, and I've gotten a lot of use out of it. It is no longer my EDC, as I've gotten a slightly lighter knife that still provides a pretty good blade size, which is the Cold Steel Kudu, which I may review also, which that's a much lighter knife than this one. This is a very heavy, very large knife, which is great if you've got big hands, because this handle is just massive, and it's a little bit bigger than the blade, which I really like, that you've got extra length, so it's not so like a lot of smaller pocket knives I have. The handle is just so small, you have no control whatsoever over the blade, and I really hate that in those knives, and I really love the handle on this knife because of that. And this is just a wonderful knife, especially for the price. I'm always really short on cash, and this was just really inexpensive, and if you only need one knife, this is a great knife to have, because it's not quite as big as a fixed blade, but you can still do some of the stuff that you would do with a fixed blade, such as batoning and, you know, just cutting up kindling and things like that when you're around camp. You can also use it just for cutting up food, apples, carrots, and such, depending on what you want to do with it. It's a great work knife. I get so much use out of it. It's one of the best knife purchases I've ever made, and I've got quite a few knives. And this is one of the ones that really stands out. That concludes this review. Please comment, rate, and if you like this, subscribe, and I will most likely put out more videos. Bye.